Imagine if every person had a bloodstream for dignity. A system that could carry economic identity, mobility, and opportunity to the very edges of society, without needing a bank, a broker, or even a building. That's what we mean by the internal milieu of the economic justice token. This is the anatomy of digital inclusion. Every living organism survives because of an internal system that protects, circulates, and sustains life. An internal milieu, a protected space where nutrients circulate, waste is removed, and energy flows sustain life. The same is true for economic justice token. It must flow through clean, intelligent, and inclusive infrastructure. Infrastructure that empowers the unbanked, the excluded, and the overlooked. We're here to unpack that infrastructure, to show how wallets, exchanges, and liquidity pools form the beating heart of a just economy. Think of the token ecosystem as a body. Wallets are identity. Exchanges are the arteries. Liquidity is the lifeblood. Together, they allow dignity to move, grow, and reach every community member, even in places where traditional finance never dares to go. A wallet is so much more than a digital locker. It's legal personhood, a claim to agency. When someone has a self-custody wallet, they hold economic identity in their own hands. No middleman required. Picture this. A mother in Kisumu opens her wallet. Inside, not just money, but access to land rights, to healthcare, to possibilities. This is not just financial. It's personal, because when you own your wallet, you own your story. There are different types of wallets: hot, cold, custodial, non-custodial. But the goal is always the same: sovereign ownership. Through cryptographic keys, people secure what's theirs. Through interoperability, they can plug into a global financial system instantly. And for the first time in history, they can do it without permission. That's justice in motion. Value must move. That's where exchanges come in. They match people who want to buy with those who want to sell. They set prices. They enable that magical moment when tokens turn into real-world access. Centralized exchanges offer ease. Decentralized ones offer freedom. Either way, they're the arteries, and they make sure the economy doesn't stand still. If wallets are identity, exchanges are mobility. But what keeps exchanges alive? Liquidity. And that liquidity comes from people. People who pool their tokens into smart contracts that allow others to trade automatically. It's like donating blood to keep the body moving. Automated market makers like Uniswap and PancakeSwap make this possible. You don't need a match. You just need a pool. And that pool becomes a source of community-powered economic activity, even in a remote village with just a phone in your hand. That's what makes liquidity liberation. A healthy internal milieu needs 4 things: cleanliness, security you can trust, efficiency, low fees, low friction, intelligence, data, and fairness working together, inclusion, because if the system doesn't work for the last person, it's not working at all. The infrastructure isn't just technical, it's moral. It must serve those who've been excluded longest. Meet Fatuma. She educates her community about housing rights. In return, she earns tokens directly into her wallet. She uses a DEX to convert them into airtime and healthcare credits. And behind the scenes, a liquidity pool with USDC ensures that every transaction works. No banks, no brokers, no friction, just dignity circulating. Of course, we must protect the system. KYC shouldn't erase the undocumented. Volatility needs cushioning from stablecoins. Security must be airtight. And most importantly, access must be universal, even if someone has no tech background and only a basic mobile phone. This is the new frontier, and it must be radically inclusive. To serve 1 million people, we need more than ideas. We need action. Let's onboard wallets that empower. Build liquidity pools that communities control. Create education tools that demystify DeFi. And translate financial infrastructure into languages of justice, not just finance. Because when justice circulates, dignity follows. What would it mean if every child was issued a wallet at birth, just like a birth certificate? Could communities design their own liquidity pools and govern them like they govern water or land? These are no longer abstract questions. They are blueprints for the world we're building. Wallets are vessels. Exchanges are highways. Liquidity is breath. Together, they form a living body, an economic system with heart, rhythm, and soul. This is what the economic justice token was built for. Not just finance, but freedom. Join us. Build with us. Circulate justice. Let the internal milieu of the people become the engine of the next financial system.